Mr. Teleferro TV. All right, I want to preface my comments by saying I cannot confirm that this story is true. This is still a rumor. I don't care what source is telling you that it's true, from ESPN. Trust me, I used to work at ESPN. From The Vertical. Salute to Adrian Wojnarowski. I think that's how you say his last name. Anyways, there's a story that come out that Paul George has officially told the Indiana Pacers that he will be signing with the Los Angeles Lakers, or he intends to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018, and he will not be signing an extension with the team this summer or next summer. Remember, Paul George has 1 year remaining on his deal, doesn't have a no trade clause. Let me just make this clear. And by the way, one final detail: the Pacers can't offer him the max. That's a little bit more, about 30-40 million more, because Paul George didn't make the All-Star team this year. So that's a big deal that he didn't make the All-Star team. Let me make this clear. I don't know who ran with this story and what source they have, but I doubt Paul George said it in that tone that he's going to the Lakers, all right? Now, I have been told that Indiana's GM is looking to move him. He must have said something. He must have said something along the lines of, I'm not signing an extension. I'm probably going to look into weighing my options this offseason and becoming a free agent. I think that might be true, but this whole notion that he told the Pacers that he plans on signing with the Lakers, I think that's totally inaccurate. That's not to his advantage. You lose leverage by saying that. Why would you even put that into the atmosphere? Even if you did intend on signing with them, make the Lakers work, all right? But I will explain what that has done. Indiana is looking to move Paul George as of tonight. They might want to do it before the draft. Indiana did come to Paul George in the last 48 to 72 hours to ask him what's his vibe? What are you gauging? Do you want to sign an extension with us now? Can we get you to sign on the dotted line now so we can go forward and try to convince free agents in the future that, look, we already got Paul here. Let's try to find some other guys. The draft is in a few days, and now the Pacers are just probably going to run with this rumor and put it out there so they can let teams know that, no, we're seriously trying to move Paul George. I've been told that the Pacers, as of this evening, have reached out to the Cleveland Cavaliers to see what they're willing to give up. I think for that trade to work, maybe Kevin Love would do it. I think they could get more than that. But if they did want to do it, Kevin Love straight up for Paul George, I think the Cavs would still need to enter a third team and still find a way to get the Pacers back some picks. They're going to want picks, not just a beat-up Kevin Love in return for Paul George. They're going to want some picks to be able to rebuild. Now, teams have been looking to move that pick. So it looks like the Pacers put this story out here to try to see if the Lakers, look, y'all want Paul George? We can maybe work something out. Maybe that number 2 pick, then Julius Randle, and maybe D'Angelo Russell or some sort of that. Maybe 2 of the 3. Here's my opinion on that. I love Paul George, but that defeats the purpose if you get Paul George to LA without the number 2 pick being Lonzo Ball, who the Lakers are going to draft in the next week or so. All right. So I think this is what I would do if I'm the Lakers. Look, the Lakers are going to lose their pick next year, most likely, unless the Lakers have the number 1 pick next year, or their pick. If the Lakers are bad next year, if their pick is between 2 and 5, it's gone. The Sixers get that pick, and now it's traded to the Boston Celtics. All right, so they'll probably not have their pick next year. So the Lakers are going to lose their pick next year if they're god awful. So they can't be god awful. They're going to lose their pick probably regardless anyway. So if you're the Lakers, what do you have to offer the Pacers? I'd make a package around D'Angelo Russell and Julius Randle. I'd give up those 2 guys. Larry Nance is a guy that a lot of people like, and Jordan Clarkson. If you can keep Russell or Randle and trade a Larry Nance or a Jordan Clarkson, you do it. No questions asked. You're getting Paul George. This guy's a career 20 point per game scorer. He's a really good scorer. He's a really good athlete. He fills a lot of holes. You can fill in for Jordan Clarkson. You'll be fine. All right. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm trying to keep Russell or Randle, but if I gotta make that move, I'll let go both of them. I'll have Paul George. I'll have Larry Nance, and I'll have Lonzo Ball, and we'll figure this thing out in the future. Here's my thing: the Lakers got some problems with cap. Timothy Mozgov, Luol Deng, they gave them big boy contracts last offseason. You got to find a team that's willing to unload some of these contracts. You can still get Paul George right now, but remember they gave Jordan Clarkson upwards of 10, 12 million a year. y'all got to unload some of these deals. So one thing the Lakers also could be looking to do with the Pacers is try to get them to, okay, maybe we'll give you Russell and Randall, but you got to take Timothy Mozgov's contract. That way the Lakers next offseason could have money to, they gave him such a dumb deal. Magic Johnson, I'm pretty sure when he took the job, he was pissed that he had to deal with the fact that the Lakers got Timothy Mozgov and Mozgov's making what, 72 mil? Luol Deng's making somewhere around 60, 70 mil. I know he was pissed about that. Anyways, so what the Lakers could do is try to get rid of Luol Deng or Timothy Mozgov in the deal, and maybe that means they have to give up Russell and Randall. I'm fine with doing that. You get Lonzo Ball, you start this thing over. Paul George and Lonzo Ball, I think somebody will be willing to play with you guys maybe this offseason, for sure next offseason. If you trade for Paul George now, though, in the next 3 days, that's definitely going to work out. Like, somebody might sign with you. Blake might think about switching from the Clippers to the Lakers this offseason. I mean, what's a better team? I just like Lonzo Ball. I really like, I think Paul George is still a borderline superstar in this league. I think if you're the Lakers, you got to make this move, because I've been told that the Lakers are thinking about just waiting it out and risking getting Paul George in the offseason of next year. That's a big risk. Here's my concern. LeBron James is going to get on the phone and call Paul George in the next few days. I believe that's close to 100% fact. He's going to see if Paul George can convince the Pacers to trade him to Cleveland. That's what LeBron's going to try to get on the phone and do. I believe that. When he gets on the phone with Paul George, he's going to tell him, look, give us a shot for a year. I know you don't want to sign an extension because you'll make more money if you sign in the offseason. Give us a shot. We'll trade Kevin Love. Give us a shot. Tell the Pacers that you're not signing an extension anywhere else. So even if the Pacers try to trade you to the Lakers, you say, look, I'm not signing an extension with the Lakers right now. I don't think any team is willing to take Paul George unless they get a sign on the dotted line, at least a verbal agreement that he intends on staying. Remember, Kevin Love gave the Cavs a verbal agreement. He didn't sign that extension because he would have lost money the next offseason. Well, if he just didn't wait to the next offseason. He told the Cavs he intends on staying in Cleveland after that 1 year he had left on his deal from Minnesota. So you get on that phone if you're LeBron, and if you talk to Paul George and convince him to get to Cleveland, I think the Lakers have issues, because whatever team decides to take that huge risk on Paul George and he doesn't sign an extension with them, they have a 1 year rental with him if the deal happens right now in the offseason. You have a 1 year rental to convince Paul George that you're the right team, the right situation for him, because he's going to be a free agent next year in 2018. Paul George, again, there is no incentive for him to sign a long-term deal right now with any team. He'll make more money when the cap goes up next year. The cap goes up every year. It's going to go up a huge amount. So every team will have more money to offer players. His max contract obviously will go up. And if he makes the All-Star team this year, his number will really go up. And if whatever team holds him or gets their hands on him, they'll own his bird rights. So there's a lot at stake here. Paul's not going to sign an extension this offseason. Are the Lakers willing to blow up this team and blow up Julius Randle and D'Angelo Russell and what they've been working on in LA, Luke Walton and company? Are you willing to blow that up to get a Paul George for a 1 year rental and try to convince him on staying with Lonzo Ball? I think the Lakers could do that. I think Lonzo Ball is enough because the brother is so unselfish on the basketball court. That's me. Now, the Pacers are going to push the Lakers in the next couple of days for that number 2 pick. They're going to want that number 2 pick. The Lakers got to stay firm and not give up that pick, because if you give up the pick, you lose your leverage. I don't like D'Angelo Russell, Paul George, and whatever you got left. I don't think it's a team that's building for the future. And if I'm Paul George, I mean, hell, you got a team that made it to the first round of the well, you got to the playoffs and you lost to Cleveland in the first round. If you not have fell so far down to 7, maybe you would have played a team that would have gave you a better shot to win. You know what I'm saying? Why would you go to that team? That's you joining that team. That really doesn't make you much better than what you got in Indiana. All right, you got young talent, but Paul George is at the age where he needs to be looking to win soon. If I were Paul George, I'd be taking my behind to Cleveland for that 1 year rental and trade him for Kevin Love, and y'all figure it out and try to get at Golden State. You become part of history. But it sounds like Paul George's mind is made up on the Los Angeles Lakers. Again, here's what we have been told. The Vertical's reporting on this. They're saying that Paul George has told the Pacers that he intends to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers next offseason. Here's what I'm telling you. I don't believe that he told them that he intends on signing with the Lakers. I think the Pacers put the Lakers part of it in the atmosphere. Maybe Paul George did tell them that he doesn't plan on signing an extension this offseason. And I think the Pacers put it out there that it's the Lakers so they can try to gain leverage with the Lakers and try to hedge their bets and like, look, this guy wants to be on your team. Go get him. Give us what we need, and we can make this deal happen before the draft. Lonzo Ball will be a great rebuilding tool if they can get that number 2 pick out of him. If I'm the Lakers, I don't give up that number 2 pick for Paul George. There's a lot of elements here. If I'm the Lakers, I will give up 2 of these 4. D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance. I will give up 2 of those 4, and maybe I'll think about 3 of those 4. Then you're kind of cutting it short. I like D'Angelo Russell, but I don't love him. I don't think he makes anyone else around him better, and he's too small to be a 2 guard for me. And he's like 6'4", 6'5", but in this day and age, he's just a small 2 guard. That's the update. I'll come back with more stories. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. Don't take it for granted. Salute. And I'm out. If you're looking to book me for an interview video or by phone, if you're looking to have your music or your skill featured on my daily podcast, if you're looking to book me for a speaking engagement to help motivate some kids, if you're looking to have me rock some of your clothing to help promote your brand, make sure you hit me up at booking@ismrteleferro.com. Again, that's booking@ismrteleferro.com.